What's up, everyone? All right, well, today is day 10 of the small account challenge, and the account's up about 7% today. So a nice bounce back after the red day on Friday. I'm up just under $500, which is great. The account this morning started with about $6,400 of profit. I was at 6,720 something or 30 something on Friday, but lost 330 on Friday. So made back what I lost on Friday, which is great. And today's the first day in the small account challenge where I've taken 2 trades. So the first trade was a $25 winner. It wasn't great. I bought 800 shares and made only 3 cents a share. I was actually up almost 50 cents a share, and I didn't take profit off the table. It came back down. I stopped out break even. So first trade was break even, and then I didn't take any trades for almost half an hour, and then I saw another opportunity. And I thought for a moment about whether or not I should take it. You know, 1 trade a day is a small account way, and I do think that that is the right approach, especially in those first weeks of building a small account. But I've got 9 days under my belt right now. Well, 10 after today, but I had 9 days under my belt. The account was up 50%. And what I saw today was the right price stock moving up quickly from about $1.80 to $2 to $2.20 to $2.40. I jumped in for the break of the $0.50. It squeezed up to $2.55, then $65, $75, $85, $95, $3, up to $3.25, up to $3.50, topping at about $3.86. It was the right move to jump on the micro pullback when I got in. It was the right price stock, which allowed me to buy 2,200 shares approximately. Having 2,200 shares at $2.50 is a little over $5,000. So, you know, I was able to buy a bigger position. Now, one of the problems with higher price stocks, and we've seen several of them in the last couple of weeks, is that I consider it and I'm like, man, I could really only buy 200 shares, 300 shares. For me to have a nice $500, $600, $700 winner, and my biggest winner so far in the small account has been $700, this stock is gonna have to go up like $3 a share. It's just not gonna happen. So for my 1 trade a day, while I'm not necessarily trying to focus on home runs or Hail Marys, I want a stock that has at least some good potential in it. And part of the calculation is, if it has good potential, but I can only buy 150 shares, is it worth taking that trade? And I feel like the answer may be no. But in any case, today I got my first trade, which was basically break even, a small winner, like $25. And then the second trade, so first day taking 2 trades, it was a good setup, jumped in, made about $475 on it. I ended up selling in 2 pieces, so I sold half and then sold the rest. And where I sold the rest, I kind of stopped out as it dipped right before a bigger move up, which was a little disappointing. But I booked the profit, and that's the more conservative approach, especially after having been red on Friday, and since it was my second trade of the day, I felt that it was really important just to book the profit and be green. So day 10 now in the books, a good day, and the question is, day 11, through 20, should I continue to take 2 trades a day? And I think that right now I'm gonna be in a place where if there's a really good opportunity, yes. But if not, no. And so if there's no good opportunities, I may just not take any trades at all. It could be a no trade day. But if we have some good opportunities, we see something that looks really good, I think it may be okay to start taking 2 trades. And then as the account continues to grow up towards maybe $8,000, $10,000 in profit, maybe I start going up to 3 trades a day. Because one of the calculations that I talked about early on is your profit loss ratio, your percent of success, and then your average winner. How often do you trade? If you only take 1 trade a day and you're making an average of $300, then that's your profit. If you're averaging 300 a day, but you're taking, or 300 a trade, but you're taking 10 trades a day, then you're obviously gonna have a bigger green day. So the amount of trading is a factor, and it's something to work with and be mindful of, but early on, 1 trade a day is a small account way, and then slowly increasing, but keeping a limit on it, because that limit forces discipline when choosing stocks to trade. And sometimes that limit is enforced by your broker if you're under the PDT rule, or you have a cash account and you have to wait for the cash to clear. So being in the habit of trading less is really, I think, important. Less is more. Okay, so with that, we're gonna jump into the recap today. As always, my results are not typical. Trading is risky. Most traders lose money, so I encourage you to trade in a simulator before you ever put real money on the line. I hope you enjoy the recap, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow for day 11. All right, so today is day 10 of the small account challenge, and I'm finishing the morning here up $493.18. And I did take 2 trades today. So today's the first day I've taken 2 trades here on day 10. Trade number 1 was on SPRT. That was pre-market coming right into the open. And on that one, we had this 5-minute bull flag that was forming, and I bought the dip at 748. Sorry, 740. Which one was this? No, sorry, yeah, 740. This is filled in. This isn't. The time is kind of weird on this. Let's see. No, it was 748. Yeah, and then 240 was SGRP. Okay, so 748. So I bought it at 748. And I was looking for this basically on this curl. The low was 737, 740. It dipped down, curled back up, and I got long at 748. Was looking for that break through 770, and in the minute right before the bell, it actually popped to 790. And I was holding, and I thought, this looks great, perfect. First 5-minute candle at the open should be 790, 795, squeeze through 8. And looking to take profit anywhere over $8. Now, on this one, I was only able to buy 800 shares. So I bought 800 shares. If I had been able to sell the whole thing at $8, I would have made 400 bucks. But unfortunately, at the bell, it dropped, and I sold it for basically 2 cents profit or 3 cents profit, $25. I just bailed. And, you know, that was a good exit. Just get out if it's not working, and it unfortunately didn't work. It sold off, and it hasn't come back to 790. Maybe it will, but it hasn't yet. So that was kind of disappointing at the open, and I thought, all right, well, here we are, day 10, and I took my 1 trade, and it was basically a more or less break-even trade, $20. So then I sat here and traded in my main account and did some other stuff, and then I saw SGRP hitting the scanners. SGRP hit the scans, and on this one, it pops up, and I jumped in as it was squeezing up at 240 to anticipate the breakthrough 250. And I took it in my small account because I was able to buy more shares. I said, you know what? It's not every day we see a stock price between $1.50 to $3 that's up 50%, that's moving quickly. This is an opportunity to jump in this, and I can actually buy 2,000 shares, right? Because I only have my total cash balance is $6,400, but of a $2-3 stock, I can buy 2,000 shares. So I bought the 2,000 shares, and it squeezes up to 265 and gets halted. I then made the decision to sell half going into the halt. I said, you know what? Take half off the table. Just be smart. I took half off the table. It ended up opening from the halt flat. It dipped down to 250. Pops back up to 274, dips down a second time to 257, and I sold at 258. So you know what? You're still holding 1,100 shares. Just take it off the table. It's not worth it turning into a loser. And it ended up ripping up to 311 right here, dropping down, coming back up to 305, and then having this nice squeeze from about 267 up to 355. And it did all of that without me. So the small account, I left some money on the table, but I stepped up today and took 2 trades. So for the first 9 days, I took 1 trade a day. And here on day 10, for the first day, I took 2 trades. And I'm okay with that. I think it was the right move. Again, like I said, it's not every day that we see a stock in this price range that is making a big move. And these are the type of stocks that in the small account, I really want to capitalize on. Yes, I had already taken 1 trade, but this was a good opportunity. So jumped in it took a good trade on it, sold it maybe a little early, but not going to be too bent out of shape about that. It was still a green trade. So I think it was the right move here. And now the question, I suppose, is moving forward, as I continue this challenge, day 11, day 12, do I continue taking 2 trades a day on some days? Now that I've built up the account's up about 50%. I've got a little bit more cushion. There may be some days where I'm comfortable doing it, and I think that would be okay. I think it's a natural progression as the account grows to start to trade a little bit more actively as you have as you've built a bigger cushion. But at the same time, you have to be careful because you don't want to fall into the habit of over trading. And the emotional traps in the market start to get bigger when you start to over trade, when you go from green on the day to red because you overstayed your welcome. So I think it was okay today. Generally, I think it's probably going to be better to focus on just one good trade a day in the small account. And if it just so happens that I see a second really good opportunity, then that may be all right now that I've built a little bit of a cushion. So we'll see. It's still a little bit to be determined, but finishing the day here with just under $500 of profit, which is really good for a $6,400 account. That's a great day, and I'll keep it up, going into the rest of this week. So today's Monday, small account's off to a good start, $500, and we'll try to keep that momentum going as I look to the next trades sitting down tomorrow morning. All right, so that's the game plan there. Hopefully we see continuation today. It was a little choppy Friday. It was a bit choppy this morning as well, but I did find my way to some profit here on the small account. So a green day to start the week, green on day 10.
And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.